Thank you, and welcome to the Black History Month Award Ceremony Festival for the Village of University Park. This is an exciting opportunity and time for the Village of University Park, and the mayor has gathered a very special group of people that will be honored tonight, and as we conclude our celebration of Black History Month. And as you can see of all the beautiful people here today, this should be a very exciting celebration. I'm going to allow the Mayor Joseph Rudess to welcome all of you today before we begin with the actual ceremony. Mayor Rudess.
Well, Mr. Cohn, we're going to start off with Pastor Aldrich with a little, start us off in prayer.
Okay, very good then.
Amen. Let's bow our heads. Father, we honor you and we bless you. We thank you for each individual you have here that have made a positive contribution, God, to University Park and abroad. And Father, we pray your blessings upon them. Thank you for their service. You said the greatest is those who serve. You said you came not to be served, but to serve. So thank you. So we pray your blessing upon this community. We thank you for our leaders. We thank you for our mayor. We thank you for our trustees. We thank you for everyone for what they've done. So we give you glory, honor, and praise, and be glorified even in this tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. You're officially a member of the community now, Pastor. All right, well, let's go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I am Joseph B. Rudess III, Mayor of the Village of University Park. We want to welcome each of you to our first annual Black History Month Festival program. When we decided to initiate our program, people said, "Why, Mayor, are you calling it a festival when we are all stuck at home?" I said, in the midst of this pandemic and everything else of all our residents are dealing with right now, we want to be positive, uplifting, look to the future, when next year we can all be together, have a wonderful time to celebrate our history and have some fun. We know that many of us have lost loved ones in this difficult time, and we say prayers every day for those friends and families. We will never forget them, ever. But we know that if the loved ones that we have lost were here with us tonight, that they would want us to remember and celebrate their lives and to recognize this evening all of the Black notable people that we have here with us tonight, who, just like our village men, women, boys, and girls that we have lost in this pandemic, our honorees tonight have made their contribution to our community with their many achievements and accomplishments in society, education, and community. So let us all pause for a moment to remember them as we then move forward in unity to further for the Black community. I'd like to thank everyone, and I want to ask our Master of Ceremonies and host, Jeff Cohen, to introduce our honorees tonight, and let's enjoy the rest of our evening.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, when you gather with the mayor, it's always going to be a great time. So this is a festive moment. So I hope that we all will have some fun tonight. I've been working with the mayor since his inauguration as the mayor, and it's just been a delight to be with him and to watch the Village of University Park just continue to grow and to do very positive things for the people inside of the community. So Mayor, I would like to first thank you for actually putting this together and just give you a warm, heartfelt thank you for this, because just seeing your people acknowledged and you gathering them during this pandemic time is something that warms my heart. So thank you very much before we get started.
Thanks, Jeff. So
you're welcome, Mayor. So we're going to have 2 Lifetime Achievements Award, and it gives me a great delight to actually to call forward the first honoree, the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. is an American political activist, Baptist minister, and politician. He was a candidate for the Democratic presidential nomination in 1984 and 1988, and served as a shadow U.S. Senator for the District of Columbia from 1991 to 1997. He is the founder of the organizations that merged to form Rainbow Push. The Rainbow Push national headquarters is in Chicago. where People United to Save Humanity officially began its operations on December 25th of 1971.
Wow.
Reverend Jackson later changed the name to People United to Serve Humanity. As its inception, Jackson planned to orient Operation Push towards politics and encourage politicians to work to improve economic opportunities for Blacks and poor people of all races. He is an icon in the African-American community, and his rich personal history is one of the most important of all the world and fills books and treaties. It is for that reason that we honor him today with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you very much, Reverend Lewis Jackson Sr., for all that you've done for the Black community. Thank you.
Wow, look at this.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I don't know if you all can see it, but this is a beautiful piece of artwork.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Yes.
It is, and it's real heavy. Would
Beautiful.
Jesse Jackson Jr. please accept this on behalf of his father? You're muted.
Unmute.
My apologies. Let me express my appreciation to you, Mayor Rudez, to the trustees of University Park, to the distinguished luminaries who are present, for extending this great honor to Reverend Jesse Jackson for his lifetime achievement. Reverend Jackson wanted to join you tonight. He wanted to be here. But as you know, Reverend Jackson is struggling at nearly 80 years old with the Parkinson's disease. I am proud to announce that his rehabilitation is doing well, and we expect him to be back home by Tuesday of next week. Great prayers that the people of University Park have shown Reverend Jackson during this difficult time and this difficult part of his journey. My father would want me to tell you tonight that the struggle for justice continues, that the struggle for equality continues. The struggle and the demands that you make as trustees, as mayor of the city of University Park, are legitimate. That we must demand from the state of Illinois and from our federal officials all of the benefits that are due us, for our people have struggled long and struggled hard and struggled and sacrificed the most. If he were here tonight, he would tell you to keep hope alive and how proud and honored he would be to accept and receive this award. Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you, trustees, and to all participants in the program. Congratulations for those of you who are receiving awards tonight.
Thank you so much, Congressman. Thank you. That's warm. That's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. The next Lifetime Leadership Award goes to none other than Dorothy D Jones. Since 1972, Dorothy D Jones has been a resident of the village of University Park. She is now serving in her 5th consecutive term as the elected village clerk. She began her employment with this village in 1985 and holds the distinction of the longest serving employee / official in the history of University Park. In 2000, she was appointed village clerk pro tem. Prior to becoming the elected village collector, she served 11 years as deputy village clerk and hosts other positions with the village, such as supervisor of communication of the police department, executive secretary, labor liaison for village administration. Actively involved in the community and region, Dee has served and received many awards for her community service. In 2000, she was awarded the Mayor's Service Award for her leadership of and dedication to United Way of University Park, where she served 8 years as president. In August of 2011, she received an official commission from Governor Pat Quinn as a member of the Municipal Clerks Training Institute Committee of Illinois, where she served as a chair of the Training Institute. In February of 2012, she was recognized and honored by the Village of University as a history maker when she celebrated Black women in America and culture, whom we honor through their achievements. She currently serves as village liaison to the Senior Citizens Committee and chair of the University Park Golf Club Advisory Committee. Dee has also served 7 years as chair of the University Park Safety Committee, campaign chair of League of Women Voters, Park Forest area, former board member of directors, University Park Police Explorers. In 2016, she was honored by and received the Community Longevity Award from the International League of Muslim Women, Inc., Chicago chapter. She was co-founder of Books and Balls, a tutoring program for young athletes. As a public employee, she saw the need for parity in employment and was one of the organizers of and elected first president of the Ask Me Council 31, Local 3837 Labor Union. Dee has been a member of the Municipal Clerks of Illinois and International Institute of Municipal Clerks since 1989, where she served 2 terms as District 4 Director, Chair of the Institute Training Committee, previously served as Secretary, Vice President, and President of the Municipal Clerks of the Southwest suburb of Cook County. A devout Christian and member of First Baptist Church of University Park, and also coordinates and conducts voter registration drives community-wide. Prior to becoming a municipal employee and servant of the people, she operated her own small businesses in the city of Chicago and was employed as a research technician at the University of Chicago. She is a proud mother of 1 daughter, Capri, 1 grandson, and 12 great grandchildren. 1 grandson passed away in 2015. Please give none other Clerk D Jones a round of applause for her Lifetime Leadership Award. Thank you.
Here you are, Madam Clerk.
Forward, D.
Thank you.
Wow.
Woo, Dee, look at
Wow.
you.
Congratulations.
And
Beautiful.
I saw
Much deserved.
knife.
Much deserved. Black history right here in our town.
Thank you. And I thought I had some nice golf trophies. Nothing can touch that. Wow. What can I say but thank you? Thank you. I am honored and humbled by this recognition because I never saw it coming. Probably because what I do is just part of who I am. I don't do it for recognition or for accolades, but simply to be of service. You know, I learned a long time ago that we must not judge people by who we see, but we must encourage them to be all that God has made them to be.
All right.
And this can be done through lending a hand, greeting them with a smile, or sometimes just a simple hello. And when we see injustice that affects one, we must recognize that injustice for one is injustice for all. And we have to recognize that freedom ain't free. We all pay. And that price can be through service, through education, through marching, protesting, or whatever is needed to bring change. You know, I learned a long time ago that our voices of we Black people, will never be heard if we're not at the table. And that's why I never mind inserting myself to sit on a board, a committee, or commission, because to make sure our voices are heard. Dating back to 1989, I attended my first Municipal Clerks Institute training. I was shocked because there were only 3 clerks that looked like me in the state of Illinois. So what did I do? I inserted myself. I found out how we could be on these boards. We could be on these committees. And I made it difficult for them to say no because I applied, put in my applications. You know, I'll never forget a message that my parents shared with me. When my father told us about Christmas Eve of 1943, when he left Mississippi walking, because at the end of the year, the owner of the plantation told him that he had done great and said, "You've earned $99.99, but I'm going to throw in a penny. So you've made $100. That's when my dad left Mississippi walking. He walked to the ferry that carried him from Mississippi to Helena, Arkansas, which is where we lived in the city. After that experience that my parents had, my father would not allow us to go to the fields to chop cotton or pick cotton. He says, you can do better. You know, like John Lewis, I've stayed in good trouble because I will address issues that others shy away from. And I know that I stand on the shoulders of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, the Reverend Jesse Jr., the Shirley Chisholms, and our former clerk, Irma Berry, and all of the others who came before me and paved the way. You know, I remember when a former village manager of ours asked me why I did something that I'd seen them doing for years. The only thing I could think of to say to him was, you should have eaten your books because I got my lessons from the same books that you did. So you see, we learned from us. So again, I just want to say thank you for this great honor, to know that I could not have made it without a supporting staff, different boards. You see, Mayor Rudez is the 9th mayor that I have worked with during my tenure. So I want to leave this with you, thanks to my family, my daughter Capri, sisters, nieces, nephews, this great family in University Park. I want to say thank you and want to leave this with you. Your vote is your voice. Let it be heard. Take somebody to the polls with you. If you want change, you've got to vote for it. You've got to work for it. And again, thank you.
Okay, Dean.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the first Community Service Award goes to Dr. Cheryl Green. Dr. Cheryl Green is the president of Governor State University. She's a former vice chancellor for student affairs at the University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh, as interim chancellor for the University of Wisconsin, Whitewater, and as assistant vice president for student affairs at Tennessee State University. No stranger to our region, previously she served at Chicago State University in a variety of top administrative and academic roles, including being a tenured professor. Further, Green was a statewide representative for 2,700 faculty and staff as a grievance officer for the University's Professionals of Illinois, Local 4100, for 7 public universities. Green's community service work spans the United States and has included serving on numerous advisory boards or boards of directors. Recently, she has been active on the Howard Hughes Medical Institute STEM Grant Advisory Board of University of Wisconsin-Madison, the Manchester University Board of Trustees, the Will County Center for Economic Board of Directors, the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning Regional Economic Workforce Task Force, the Association of Governing Board Councils of Presidents. Green holds a PhD and Master of Science in Counseling Psychology from SIU in Carbondale, Illinois, as well as a BS in Psychology from Manchester University in North Manchester, Indiana. A passionate educator, administrator, and mother, Green believes fiercely in the power of education to change lives. Dr. Green, will you please come up and be acknowledged and awarded?
All right.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mayor Rudez, village trustees and officials, honored guests, and community residents. I am honored to be chosen as one of this year's recipients of the University Park Community Service Award. I see by my predecessors that I have a lot more service to give in order to earn the Lifetime Award. Your thoughtfulness and generosity will inspire me to continue on this path and to strengthen my community partnerships and to work towards building coalitions that will advance the well-being of University Park, Governors State University,
Yes.
and the Southland region. I just want to thank you and let you know my journey is just beginning. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Green. And the next Community Service Award goes to Reverend Dr. Reginald Williams, Jr. Dr. Williams, who is a graduate of Whitney Young Magnet High School, holds a Bachelor of Science degree cum laude from the legendary Florida A&M University, Master of Divinity in 2002, and a Doctorate of Ministry in 2017 from the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology at Virginia Union University, and a Juris Doctorate from the University of Wisconsin Law School. Subsequent to completion of his Master of Divinity at Virginia Union University in 2002, Reverend Williams was called to serve the Trinity United Church of Christ in Chicago under the pastorate of the iconic Reverend Dr. Jeremiah A. Wright Jr. There, Reverend Williams was an associate pastor for Justice Ministries. Later in 2008, he was called to serve as pastor of the First Baptist Church of University Park, Illinois. He is a visionary and a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity 06, who has committed his life to his holy calling and his family. Dr. Williams is married with 2 children. Please come and be awarded and acknowledge Dr. Reginald Williams, Jr.
Unmute. Unmute.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yep, there we go.
Okay. To the God who guides our goings and grants us grace, to the ancestors on whose shoulders we stand, those who have walked this way, that we may walk this way. To certainly Mayor Rudez, to the Board of Trustees of University Park, one of which brags membership at First Baptist Church of University Park, Mama Shirley, to our clerk who received the Lifetime Achievement Award, also a member of First Baptist Church, Mama D, I'm calling them mamas like if they my mamas because they treat me like mama.
Thank you.
To Reverend Jackson, to all of the other awardees, Peter Paul and all y'all honored to receive community service award for University Park. I church every Sunday. We are left with words. We are left with words that relay the South African cosmological theme of Ubuntu, which means I am because we are. And because we are, therefore I am. So I don't accept this award alone. I accept this award in partnership and on behalf of the members of First Baptist Church of memory of those who have gone from labor to reward just in our village last year. And Papa Jack Scarborough, who we all know, Shirley Rucker, who's gone, other members of the congregation, Gladys, Gladys Turner, Beverly West, Hattie Evans, who just recently departed, and others gone on to be with the Lord. I accept this in their memory. And I accepted Mother Vera Farr as well. And I accepted not looking at it as something done, but a call to further on the mission and ministry of making sure that we are serving God by serving God's people.
Thank you.
I am honored. I am humbled. I am ecstatic. And look at this more as a call to continue going and not just to rest on our laurels. Thank you so very much to the gods and the ancestors, to those who saw.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Williams.
Thank you.
To honor me in this way.
Oh.
And in doing so, honor us.
Your mic is.
Way for what we do at First Baptist Church of University Park. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. And so as we continue, the next Community Service Award goes to Pastor B. Herring Sr. Reverend Moses B. Herring Sr. is the chief visionary of the Faith Movers Nation, which includes a trilogy of organizations, Faith Movers Church, Faith Movers Academy, and the Moses B. Herring Sr. Ministries. In June of 2011, blessed by faith, Reverend Herring and his wife founded and launched the Faith Movers Church in Chicago's south suburbs. A decade later, as a result of his remarkable leadership, Faith Mover Church has a membership of more than 2,500 dynamic souls. Pastor Herring received his Bachelor of Arts, cum laude, in Biblical Education from Beulah Heights University in Atlanta, Georgia. Also, he holds a Master of Divinity from the prestigious Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Further, he is the recipient of numerous honors, accolades, and scholarships, which reflect his tireless commitment to God and the faith community that he and his First Lady serve. When not preaching and leading, Pastor Herring enjoys spending time with his family, especially his high school sweetheart and wife, Lucretia Herring, and their 4 beautiful children. Today, we again recognize his importance to the village of University Park and bestow upon him a 2021 Village of University Park Community Service Award for his trailblazing leadership and spiritual guidance to our community. Pastor Herring, please come up and accept your award.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to first of all give all honor, all glory to God. I'm just so honored and humbled to be able to receive this award. I also want to thank my lovely wife, Lucretia, my rib, who's been with me since day one. I want to thank God for my 4 beautiful kids, Hannah, Moses Jr., Zion, and MJ, and Faith, my youngest, and just my entire family. I want to just thank God for all of them. And then I want to give a shout out to the greatest church in America, Faith Movers Church. What's up, Faith Movers Nation? I want to thank God for them, to all of our staff, to all of our leaders, to all of our volunteers. We call them faithfuls. I really thank God for them. I am actually receiving this award on behalf of myself and our entire church. I would not be able to receive this award without them. So I just thank God for the Faith Movers Nation. And last but not least, I want to thank the mayor, the trustees, and the entire University Park Village family. I'm just so honored. I'm just so grateful. And I thank you so much. I'll be praying for you as I ask you to pray for me. And remember, whatever you do, always be a faith mover. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you, Reverend Herring. As we continue and wrap up the Community Service Award, we have one last recipient, and that is Pastor Sean K. Aldrich. Sean K. Aldrich is a visionary pastor of Beyond the Veil Kingdom Ministries in University Park, Illinois. After an extraordinary life and career in the service of God since 2020, as a most recent act of the greatest faith, he has led his devoted parishioners in the blessed purchase of a beautiful church building in the midst of the challenge of a world pandemic. This extraordinary leadership is a holy reflection of the fact that he accepted Christ at the age of 5 and his call to ministry in 1999 at Progressive Full Gospel Baptist Church, where he served under the leadership of Reverend Ellis Franklin Jr. as a remarkable spiritual leader known through the Southland region. He served as a youth pastor for Raheem Word Kingdom Ministries in Riverdale, Illinois, for 10 years under the leadership of his mentor, Pastor Gerald L. Glasper. In 2010, Pastor Glasper supported his launch as pastor of Beyond the Veil Kingdom Ministries in Fort Heights, Illinois, which is now an emerging gem in the community of University Villages, ecumenical circles. Finally, in the secular world, Pastor Sean earned in 1997 a BS in psychology from the University of Southern Indiana. He used that training to cultivate excellence in Black youths as a Boys and Girls Club program director, and also has the behavioral health program coordinator. In those roles, he was able to do important work in the social service sector of the South suburban community. Pastor Aldrich is a native of Fort Heights, Illinois, married for 21 years to his wife, First Lady Tammy Aldrich, who are parents of 2 wonderful children. Pastor Aldrich, please come up and be awarded and acknowledged.
I would like to say thank you to Mayor Rudess, village trustees, all the individuals that are being actually appreciated on tonight. I can't take any credit for any award that's been given. I have to give glory to God. He has been good, and he continues to be good. And so we're excited to be in University Park. We're thankful that you all have thought about us, honored for this occasion right now. And again, this is not an individual thing with me. This is Beyond the Veil Kingdom Ministries, body of believers that serve with me. Would mean so much to us and mean so much to what we believe God is going to do in it. So our aim is to improve our serve. We want to improve our serve in the community, improve our serve in making an impact on others' lives, improve our serve to really kind of make a mark that cannot be erased. So God bless you. Again, thank you so much for thinking about us, and we're honored.
Thank you, Pastor.
Before we wrap up, Mayor Rudez, the Community Service Awards, I just wanted to wrap that section up before we move on to our Human Service Awards and see if there's anything that you would like to say before we move on.
No, I'm just grateful for everybody, and I greatly appreciate all the things that they do in the community. It's the small things that count. And when we all work together, we can win for everybody.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Thank you. And as we move on to the Human Service Awards, we have several recipients that we would like to acknowledge. The first is Trustee Shirley Boating. Almost a lifelong resident of University Park, having lived in our town for more than 35 years, Ms. Boating has been a committed trustee on the University Park's Board of Trustees for 6 years. Her community service includes membership in the Venerable and Ancient Old Order of Eastern Star, and she is a prominent member of the First Baptist of University Park. Trustee Boating, also always modest about her important contributions to her community and the village, is a former corporate HR and talent executive experience in employment and labor matters. Further, in her professional career, she has been a tireless pioneer in the area of diversity and inclusion, leading the way to assure that in the workplace that colleagues understood the importance of that critical issue in community growth and economic development. A little known secret that her constituents may not know about her is that the trustee is a sports enthusiastic, knowledgeable about snow skiing. She also is quite an intellect who is an avid reader that values literature, learning, and education. Among her many talents and interests, Trustee Boatings may be best known for enjoying the fun and camaraderie of the Aspress-Ski environment in exciting destinations, as well as the wonderful fellowship of her church, friends, and family. Trustee Boating, will you please come up and be acknowledged?
Thank you, Mayor, and the Village of University Park. I really appreciate the honor for doing something that I love doing. I ran for trustee because I wanted to make a difference in the village, and I continue to serve you, and I was always there for you. And like Dee said, your voice and your vote always counts. So we are moving in University Park. We're moving on the right track. And I thank you all for the honor. It's definitely a pleasure to receive such an honor. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Great, great, great. So the next Human Service Award goes to Trustee Denzel Franklin. Trustee Denzel Coach Tutu Franklin is a homegrown product of University Park. Trustee Franklin is approaching year 2 of service as village trustee. Franklin also sits on the board for trustees of Tuskegee University, Illinois Alumni Association. He is a founding president of Our Kids Count Foundation and the Southland Director for Project Launch, a Department of Human Services initiative focused on increasing mental health screening among children ages 0 to 8 in the Southland. Franklin has over 15 years of community service in the village of University Park as a vice president and head coach for the University Park Lions, founding president and head coach for the Uptown Wrestling Program, founding president and head coach for Hit Squad Athletics, also coaching basketball, baseball, and running numerous mentoring programs over the years. Franklin is a proud member of the Faith Movers Church, and his favorite Bible verse is Proverbs 3:5-6. That's his favorite Bible verse. 3 Black history facts about Trustee Franklin. 1, Trustee Franklin is the first African-American graduate from Crete-Monee High School to be placed in the Illinois State Wrestling Tournament. 2nd, in 2018, Trustee Franklin made history as the first University Park coach to win a youth football state championship and have youth represent the village of University Park in the American Youth Football National Championship in Orlando, Florida. In 2010, he was recognized by Chicago Tribune as the youngest education administrator to successfully turn around one of Chicago's lowest performing middle schools in the Roseland community. Please come up, Trustee Franklin, and be awarded. Thank you for your service.
Yay, tutu.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I want to give honor to God and also say a special thank you to my wife, who's always been my backbone through the thick and thin. As he mentioned, I'm a homegrown resident of University Park. And I just thank God for allowing me to be in a position to have an impact on my community, on the community that I actually grew up in. As a kid, I battled many adverse childhood experiences that ultimately led to a middle school expulsion. After attending 3 high schools and being told that I would be dead or in jail before the age, or about the age of 21, I used that as motivation throughout my life. After graduating high school and earning a scholarship to Tuskegee University is when I really began to transition into the person that I've become today. And that's why I'm very thankful for having the opportunity to provide community service within my community. Mayor Ruda has asked me to do a spoken word piece tonight. And I had to be honest, I didn't write anything for tonight, but something that Clerk D said has inspired me to just do something right off the top of my head. So Ms. D said, freedom is not free. So I'm entitled this, How Free is Freedom? How free is freedom? Have we won or lost? Some are lost. Some freedoms come with costs and catches. Well, catch this before I'm placed on your blacklist. This activist leaves the people with black fists raised. This way, our powers and masses, as we pass with our caves by your hourly classes, the hourglass triggers away. Time expiring. Time to find a fire, though our minds are tiring. The minds of our men seem dead. Are we still breathing? Obviously, we need it, but we've never seen real freedom. That is the real reason freedom don't seem attainable. You feel free when you aim at your thoughts from your brain and go, wow, black people, please listen to me. We're united, stomping and pumping our fists and our feet. Not concerned about your habits nor religious beliefs. More concerned about us living in these prisons and streets. Black people, please listen to me. We're united, stomping and pumping our fists and our feet. Not concerned about your habits nor religious beliefs. More concerned about us living in these prisons and streets. Black people, please listen to me. They say knowledge is the key. You got to get your degree, but ain't no money in the Pell Grant to give it to me. All they have is Sally Mae and she keep digging us deep. Yeah, they promised us more scholarships, but they didn't increase. Rather implement the draft and send us to the Middle East. Police, let me see your badge as if you say you police. Because you claim you pulled me over, I was over the speed. Well, why you got me handcuffed standing over in the street? Why you let your German Shepherd slob all over my seats? Could it be because I'm trying to meet your quota this week? Because I'm positive I wasn't going over the speed. Could it be because my color tone is lower than peach? Stereotypically, you think I'm moving dope in the streets. Try to tell them I'm a trustee, yeah, right there in UP. Walking to the municipal building, there's a photo of me. I come in peace.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, tutu.
And that's off the top of your head, Tutu?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Is that what we call freestyling?
That's what
Yes. Beautifully done.
There you go, man. Ruda, that's for you, man.
Thank you.
Beautifully done.
All righty,
You're
thank
hiding your
you.
talent, young man. You're hiding your talent.
All right, thank you so much. And as we continue this great celebration, we want to acknowledge the next Human Service Awards recipient, none other than Trustee Elizabeth Liz Williams. Elizabeth Liz Williams is a 45-year resident serving as village trustee for 2 non-consecutive terms, 2011 through 2015 and 2017 through the present, for a total of 7.5 years. Trustee Williams is a member of the Democratic Municipal Officials Democratic Women of the South Suburbs, Vice President of Lifting Them Up as a non-for-profit organization supporting survivors of domestic violence as well as offenders. Trustee Williams has been a mentor and secretary for No Dope Express Foundation to help children to stay off the street and say no to drugs. She has been a past code enforcement commissioner and a former village liaison to the golf course and Pine Lake advocate. She is a liaison to the Mayor's Office of Special Events. She is a member of the Faith Movers Church and a former physical education instructor at Speed School Development Center and lifeguard and swim instructor at Hickok Pool and Morningside Pool. She is an alumni of Prairie State College and Governor State University. She is a firm believer of it takes a community to raise a child. Trustee Liz Williams, please come up and be recognized.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to see you all here. I'm going to be short and brief here. You know, I'm a doer. I'm not a speaker, okay? So don't hold nothing against me if I mispronunciate. Yeah, I love being here in University Park. You know, I came here when we had gravel on the streets. Now, you know, we had sidewalks and things. I want to be a part to make this place grow. Not place, but this community grow. That's why I'm here. I want to see the resident enjoy themselves while they live here, not to be afraid. I want to bring businesses into town so that they can do business right in their community. This is what I would like to see happen. Okay. Now, what they were saying that I did special things for like No Dope Express Foundation. That was a organization that still exists in Chicago with Dr. Earl B. King. What we did was we had the young kids stay off of drugs. We had counseling, schooling, and all of those things. We took them on field trips and stuff like that, trying to let them know you don't need drugs. And it worked, and it's still working. Also with lifting them up, people were in domestic violence with their husband, their boyfriends, and things like that. We helped these people get to the police station. We had them go to the hospital and, you know, get them taken care of and everything. Then they also got counseling. So I've been doing a lot. I just don't come out and talk about a lot of things. But here in the University Park, I taught swimming at Hickory Pool. Taught kids how to swim. So that there, excuse me, Morningside also had a pool. It's gone now, but I was the lifeguard there and taught those kids how to swim there. I want to see this community grow. I don't want to see it diminish. Please, let's all get together. That's why I'm here, to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you. And as we continue, we're going to now acknowledge and award Trustee Curtis Mcmullen, a 27-year resident of University Park since 1994, and is presently serving one term as village trustee from 2017 to the present. Trustee Mcmullen is a graduate of Loyola of Chicago and Columbia College, Chicago. He has served as a liaison to the Information Technology and Cable Committee. Trustee is always inspired to work in local government within his community. He has contributed many ideas for the village of University Park that has helped with placing our city on the right path. He has the wisdom and knowledge to be elected to serve our community. Trustee Mcmullen is committed to his final term until the last day. His hobbies include earning a private aircraft license and being a loving husband and father to 4 children. Trustee Mcmullen, please come up and be acknowledged.
First of all, I would like to thank the mayor and his lovely wife who's prettier than he is. And I would like to thank her for introducing this award. And I am totally humbled by this. I am totally humbled. And I thank you, Mayor, for your leadership and your ability to find out you can do it. And matter of fact, you are doing it. And then surprise guest, you really had me fooled. You really had me fooled. I thank you for that. And I am totally humbled at all of the awardees tonight. I thank you again, and I humble myself before everyone. And Mr. Brooks, my partner in crime, my partner, period. I won't be with you this time, but I enjoyed myself as a trustee for the University Park. In 2007, I ran for mayor, then I got ceremoniously kicked off the ballot. And then I ran again in 2009, which is for trustee, and I didn't win. And I ran 2011, didn't win. So I came back in 2017 and I won. And I really appreciate everybody involved. And all I have to do right now, me and Mr. Brooks, I don't have to knock on any more doors with you, buddy. It's all over with. We don't have to interrupt anybody else's dinner. So I'll tell you what, I am glad I'm leaving in a few months, but it's been great. It's been great. I'll tell you, it's been great, everybody. Everybody have a nice one.
Thank you, Curtis.
All right.
Great job, great job.
All right.
The next Human Service Award goes to Trustee Theo Brooks. That was a nice introduction to Theo Brooks, actually. Trustee Theo Brooks has been part of University Park since 1989. He is within his 4-year term elected to office on April 4th of 2017. He has served with various law enforcement organizations, including being a post advisor for the Police Explorer program within the Boy Scouts of America, where his reputation in law enforcement as the best of the best youth officer follows him. He is a proud member of the New Hope Christian Community Church in Moni, Illinois, under the leadership of Pastor James Hunt. In Trustee Brooks' spare time, he plays with his Mississippi garden in the backyard when he is not playing with his ham CB radio or coaching high school football. Trustee Brooks, please come up and be acknowledged and honored by your colleagues in your community.
Thank you. I'm almost like my partner Curtis. I'm a little stunned for words. When Mayor Rudez called me about a week ago, it was business to talk about business. I asked him. I said, "Is this for real?" And what did I do? And he, just like the mayor says, you done a lot, brother. You deserve it. So thank you, Mr. Mayor. Because we talked on the phone for about an hour. I just want to go back to say, in 1989, when I first came here, I did not picture as a 16-year-old boy that my life would evolve to this very same moment in a time. In fact, would not picture me talking on the virtual iPad here because that was unimaginable back in 1989. But also, I was a young man, almost like Coach Franklin, Trustee Franklin, just in trouble, taken to the police station. Back then, he was Detective Easley, who later became my police chief. And I remember that Scared Straight video that was shown to me. And he told me that, stay out of trouble. You have a different personality than these streets that you're running up and down here in University Park. Fast forward, I want to say that I'm honored to also be on this award ceremony with some great people. I just seen Madam Clerk walk away, but I'll just say to Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr., it's an honor to be before you because 23 years ago, what these people don't know is that I was in uniform working for Country Club Hills, and Congressman Jackson took his time out to just talk to me because I was so interested into being politics and working and helping people, and he gave me the best advice. And who would know 23 years later, I would be honored to sit here before him as a trustee for the Village of University Park. So thank you, Congressman, for your kind words that night. And you were busy, but you stopped and took time to speak with me. Madam Clerk, I can't say no more for the public. For those who know, my grandmother passed away of stomach cancer back in 2018. I know she's watching, but this particular night, we were getting ready to leave. I didn't have anything to say at her funeral. But one thing I want this village to know is that Madam Clerk, when she speaks, people do listen, and she does. Behind the scenes, you don't know. She gives words that would definitely inspire you as a human being. And Madam Clerk gave me the most inspiring message, because as I was going, my wife was asleep. I checked my phone on the highway, and the very same words I was able to speak from Madam Clerk at the funeral that I'm quite sure Grandma heard. And it only shows that when it comes to leadership, you never know. You can't be a great leader without another leader that's pushing behind you. So thank you, Madam Clerk. You always inspiring me. Before I stop and get my cue to cut off, because y'all know I get to preaching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know what it's like. Pastors, I feel you, because you can't stick a mic in front of a politician either. But I want to say thank you to my wife. I met her doing this very same thing, community service. I met her working at the high school. I want to say thank you to my family, because this is a proud day for them, especially Grandma. I know she's watching. I want to also say thank you to the Monique Maverick family over in Monique, because I coach football. They the one who began the big football career for me. I also want to give a shout out to Richie's High School. Even though Richie's is not there, we're still family. We're still Rockets in District 227. I want to thank Coach Middlebrook, as he also gave me that opportunity, that he's seen greatness in me. And I also want to say thank you to my new family, Creek Monique, with Coach Konecki, as I get ready to come to his staff once we get past this COVID virus. So I am continuing my journey. I also want to say thank you to New Hope Christian Community Church, as if Pastor Hunt give me that great word every week to make me be who I am. So thank you, Pastor Hunt and New Hope. And I also want to say thank you to University Park. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for you. Lastly, I want to say, if you want any good advice from Trustee Brooks, I served many places. If you heard, I've been from working from the streets of Harvey as a youth officer to here.
Thank you.
You do not, when you serve, make sure you serve all of your community. It doesn't matter where, and stay humble and do all the positive things.
Thank you.
I think that's time.
Oh, that was 4 thank yous. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brooks. Thank you, Trustee
Thank
Brooks.
you very much. And the last Human Service Award goes to, last but not least, Trustee Sonja Jenkins Bell. Trustee Sonja Jenkins Bell has resided in University Park for 11 years and has been a trustee for 2 years. Trustee Jenkins Bell is currently a member of the Illinois Democratic Women of Will County League of Women Voters, and is also the second vice chair of the Will County Democratic Central Committee and member of the Community Block Club, Kindness Club, and the University Park Youth Baseball Organization. Trustee Jenkins is a 15-year member of the Family Christian Center Church located in Munster, Indiana. Trustee has various interests, but one of her passions is an avid collector of vinyl jazz records, and she hosted a radio show as an announcer in Jackson, Mississippi, featuring traditional jazz and blues. Trustee Jenkins Bell, will you come up and be acknowledged?
Thank you. Thank you. This is such an honor. I'm speechless. You have no idea how much I love this community. As I sit and look at Jesse Jackson Jr., I attended Jackson State University, and I remember at one time his dad came down when we were getting ready to fight for Mike Espy in one of his campaigns, and we were in Sugar Ditch, Mississippi, and all of the rough places you wouldn't believe. And we all 15, probably 1,000 of us tried to squeeze in this one auditorium to see what he was gonna say. And I was determined to get in, and I was short and I was little at that time. So I got in. Believe me, I slipped through the door and I ran to the front, and I was standing there and I was amazed. So I know it's such an honor to sit before his son. And I am just so grateful.
I remember that.
I'm so grateful to our mayor, to our board, to Coach Tutu with all of his talents. But one thing that is so important to me is this village of University Park and seeing it move forward. During the pandemic, it brings tears to my eyes because we worked really hard to make sure we're working so hard to bring us out of dark into light. And one thing I want you guys to know is that I love this community. It's nothing I will ever do. I will not do for it. I walk for it. I risk my health for it. And I've ran through so many different races for it and will continue to do so. But I have to leave you with this one thing from Maya Angelou. It says, love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles. It leaps fences. It penetrates walls to arrive to a destination of hope. This is where we're going. This is who we are, and we're gonna get there together. So let's stay unified. Let's move forward and know that I'm gonna still be walking this election time, and I'll be out there again, fighting for us again and again and again until we get tired. So thank you guys so much. And thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Ms. Linda. I have to give you a story. I got involved with this one fateful day. Mr. Rudez and Miss Rudez knocked on my door. That was the first residents I met in the village of University Park, and he started me on this path, and there's no turning back now. So I'm so grateful to that. I'm grateful to the Community Block Club who opened this path of service for me and will continuously do so. I am so thankful to all of the residents. We are all team players and trying to move this village forward. And thank you guys, and good night.
Thank you, Trustee Sonja.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to all of the awardees tonight. It's been a great pleasure to be here with you today in this very ceremonious occasion. Mayor Joseph Rudez and I, we normally freestyle in terms of our work, but we've been scripted tonight, and because we wanted to do this in an hour. But I do this work out of the same love that Trustee Jenkins Bell spoke. I love the Southland region. I love the University Park because I believe in what you all are trying to do from a governance standpoint, from a leadership standpoint for your community. I believe in Joseph Rudez. And since I've been working with him and doing the show, The Mayor's Corner, when he says that he's going to do something, he comes out and he reports that it's been done, and he's doing his best to serve this community and to serve the people. And that's why I do this with the University of University Park, because of that leadership and your leadership. So to me, this is Black history. It is Black history in motion, what you all are doing in that community to uplift it and take it to another place. We can take it to another place. We will take it to another place, and it will be great under our watch as a people. So I rest, and I thank each and every one of you all for your great work. I thank God for you. And I would like to turn it over to Nina Fain as she gives the next portion of the work. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. This is an incredible evening. As a point of personal privilege, I want to tell two very short stories. And I told one at one of the trustee meetings. I was a little girl when some of my family had friends who moved to University Park, and I played tennis with my dad, and we would come out and play on the tennis courts. And as a girl from the south side of Chicago, all concrete and sidewalks, I had never seen a town as beautiful as University Park. And I remembered something else also, and this is direct.
She went mute.
Mute.
I wanted to say, you heard my story about University Park, but I wanted to say something to Jesse Jackson Jr. When I was a girl, my mother would eat lunch in a restaurant in Lake Meadows. And I remember one day sitting there eating lunch and this man came in. He was handsome and charismatic. And I said to my mom, "Who is that?" And she said, "That is the Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr." And I was just transfixed. And he came to each of the tables and he spoke and he asked me what I wanted to do. And I told him I wanted to be a lawyer. And he gave me a few words of inspiration. So as I sit here today as an attorney, I think about the world of University Park and how it impacted me, and about Reverend Jackson Sr. So moving forward, I would like to thank Mose and the First Lady for giving us the opportunity to do this evening. I want to thank Jeff and the mayor, as well as someone I'm going to call the mystery guest behind my L, and that's Miss Webb, who has helped very much in putting this together with Miss Neva and everyone. I am Nina Fain, and I'm here today at the mayor's request because we wanted to acknowledge the sponsorship of my L Organics Laboratories. And they have offered to the Lifetime Achievement Awardee and to the Lifetime Leadership Awardee and the Community Service Awardees $1,000 in scholarship funds for a church or a not-for-profit of their choice. And we'll get into the business details of that later. You know how lawyers are, but there's also a special anonymous donor who is in that, but I'm gonna bust him out today. And that is the mayor of University Park, who is making a personal gift and contributing to that scholarship fund. So we have a total of $6,000. And so I know I'm going to be in big trouble because I probably wasn't supposed to tell that, but you know, lawyers like to talk. And so we want to say a special thank you to Monique Rodriguez, who is the CEO of My L Organics Laboratories and founder, along with her husband, Melvin Rodriguez, who is the Chief Operating Officer of My L, and also their CFO, Carl Forn, who is a resident of Orland Park and who has worked in the Southland for Dalton and some of the other communities, and was the person who brought the mayor and this event to the attention of that C-suite at My L. As you know, it is a minority-owned business, woman-owned business. It is one of the largest African-American owned businesses in the United States, and they are dedicated to education. And when they found out about what Joseph Rudis and Linda Rudis and the trustees were doing, they said they wanted to step in and help. So I want to thank God before I go today, and I want to thank everyone because the University Park community has welcomed me into their family, and I am forever grateful. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Woo.
Mayor Joseph Rudis, you are the last to wrap this up before we adjourn.
Jesse Jackson Jr.
Oh, you see it?
over here at Dee's hand.
See that?
In Dee's hand. You see that?
That is the last, that's the last copy of that that exists anywhere in the world, Dee.
I got
Listen,
it.
I know the mayor's
I
going
have-
to conclude. I know the mayor's going to conclude, but I do want to thank you for that wonderful tribute that you gave to my dad. I also want to thank Ms. Jenkins. I remember 1983 in Sugar Ditch, Mississippi, like the back of my hand. No outdoor plumbing, in fact, and it was really something that community had been overlooked. And for all of you who've been inspired by Reverend Jackson, let me make this suggestion on behalf of my father. The grant that is given to Reverend Jackson on behalf of this award, Mayor Rudez, we'd like to donate it back to the village and trust that the trustees will make the appropriate designation for a needy charity within university that might be of assistance, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mayor Rudez.
Hey, listen, as we close out, I just like to have everybody give themselves a round of applause because you all have done a fantastic job and we have worked tremendously well together. And I just want to say one thing to Congressman Jackson. It was a great ride, man. I really value our, greatly appreciate you receiving the award on behalf of your father. And man, it was good times. I'm back in DC and walk through the tunnels in Washington and meet the people that connect me. Forever grateful, my brother. Forever grateful. Thank you so much. Jeff, thank you. As we wrap up our festival program this evening, we hope you have enjoyed learning about people who throughout the years have been important to our community. We ask that you stay safe and to keep in touch with us about how you are doing. We at the Mayor's Office of Special Events and at the Town Center are here to serve you. For all of our guests tonight, we thank you for coming as summer approaches. We ask you to keep an eye on our website. We have many wonderful socially distanced programs planned, like our car shows and other family outings. We again offer our sympathies to the families who have lost loved ones in this pandemic. We will always remember the joy and life they brought to our community. We thank God for them, and we hope to see you all soon. Thank you all, and I humbly say good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Be safe, everyone. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Mayor.
And one last thing before we close. This Mrs. Rudez, Linda, she doesn't say a lot, but she really inspires me to stay strong in times of hard. So thank you so much, Linda. Love you.
We thank you, First.
Thank you, First Lady.
Thank you,
Congratulations
to everyone. I
Thank
really
you, Linda.
appreciate you all. Thank you.
We appreciate you, girl.
As the journey moves forward, we move forward. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Absolutely. Good night. Be safe.
Thank you, Mr. Cohen.